Imagine waking up before sunrise every school day only to spend your classes exhausted. This is the reality of millions of high school students. Almost every high school student has experienced how difficult it is to learn when tired. I chose this topic because I've experienced how hard it is to succeed in school when you're not getting enough sleep. High school should start later to improve students' health, learning, and safety. First, I will discuss the problems of early school start times, then the causes, and finally the solutions. And this is why high school should start later by Grace Mom. The problems are sleep deprivation. Students should be getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night, but it often doesn't happen due to early school start times. Fatigue reduces attention, grades and memory suffer, and you're more likely to miss school. Mental and physical health, increased stress and anxiety, higher rates of depression, weakened immune system, which leads to more absences and more sickness, greater risk of obesity and further health problems. Safety concern, sleepy driving increases car accidents, slower reaction time, more injuries, and health problems. And that's what it says here. Causes. The main cause are teen biological clocks. Teenagers naturally fall asleep later and melatonin is released later during adolescence. Waking up early interrupts healthy sleep cycles. Early school schedules. Bus schedules prioritize younger students, like in elementary school, and schools follow outdated schedules. Communities also struggle to change established routines and they just don't want to bother, so that's why the problem continues. Busy student lifestyles. Homework keeps students awake and extracurricular activities end late. Part-time jobs reduce sleep with long hours. Family responsibilities cause students to go to sleep later and then they're not getting enough sleep. And this is why teen biological clocks, once again, and we have visual examples. And here's why it matters and the solutions. We should delay school start times and begin classes from 8:30 a.m. and above, adjust bus schedules, coordinate after-school activities with earlier dismissal timing. We should promote healthy sleep habits, educate students on sleep hygiene, encourage limiting screen time usage before bed, balance homework expectations, which goes with the teachers and the students, and encourage consistent sleep schedules. And then I have some sources. So the American Medical Association states, as sleep deprivation continues to negatively impact the health and well-being of adolescents in the United States, the AMA today adopted policy during its annual meeting to encourage reasonable school start times that allow students to get sufficient sleep. So this new policy allows school districts across the United States to start schools later than 8:30. The CDC states that based on your age group, the recommended hours of sleep per day, so for 6 to 12, you should get 9 to 12 hours of sleep per the 24 hours in a day. And if you're 13 to 18, you should get 8 to 10 hours per 24 hours in a day. And these are not being met due to the school's early start times. The National Institute of Health conducted a study. Basically, they said that high school students who start school about an hour later get significantly more sleep, which is about 43 extra minutes per night, according to the NIH-funded study. It describes how teens fall asleep later than younger kids, and it makes early school start times harder than sleep schedules. The study followed up students over several years and found that those with later start times didn't stay up later, they simply slept more and needed less catch up on the weekends. So this allows them to overall do more academic stuff, and they can do homework on the weekends and they can have less tiredness. The citations I used are the American Medical Association, which is above, the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention. I used Marks Roberts' later school start times for supporting the education, health, and well-being of high school students. I used National Institute of Health. I used Carly and Nancy S. Redeker. They did a study on delayed school start times and adolescent sleep, which is a systematic review of the experimental evidence. And I did Angie and David P. Chapman, their study on school start times, sleep behavioral health and academic outcomes, which is a review of literature. It's time for a change. High schools should start later because students learn better, stay healthier, and are safer when they get enough sleep. Students cannot perform at their best when they begin school exhausted. A later school time is an easy way to improve learning, health, and student safety. Today we discussed the problems caused by early school start times and what we can do to fix the issue. Thank you so much for taking out your time out of the day to listen.